Is my girlfriend trying to get pregnant without telling me? Found a used condom in her freezer. So, I am 29 and she's 25. We've been together for about a year, not living together but spend most of our free time together at each other's places and have discussed getting a place together when our leases are up. Anyway, things are overall pretty great. Sex is amazing and do almost everything together. She's got a great family and a brother I go fishing with every weekend, and I'm becoming pretty close with them. Anyway, to get to the point, like I said, everything has been great until the other day my girlfriend is visiting a friend and is away for a few days. So I've been going over to her place to feed her fish. Well, I was rummaging through her freezer, which is a mess with boxes and crap. I was looking for some ice pops that might have gotten lost when I found a rolled-up plastic sandwich bag. At first, I thought it was pot and was sort of surprised because neither of us smoke marijuana, but when I opened it up, I found a disposed condom that had been tied with a knot. Admittedly, this is how I dispose of the condoms after we have sex. I tie it off and throw it in the trash. That means she dug it out of the trash and put it in the freezer. I have no clue what to make of this, but it's distressing. The only thing I can think is she's saving it to get herself pregnant. Is this even possible? What should I do? Best comments. First of all, you cannot use old semen to get pregnant. The sperm dies within about an hour. Fertility clinics freeze semen, but they are using liquid nitrogen and industrial freezers, not baggies in the fridge. Unfortunately, she may be saving it to other things weirder. Coming from another female, I bet she is saving the first condom you guys ever used or something, for sentimental reasons. I would never do that because I find them repulsive after they have been used, but this could be the case. That's so up. I agree. I told this story to my boyfriend, and he thought it would be weird if I did that. It's weird in general to save a condom, but if it is in fact for sentimental reasons, I understand more. It's like to save a movie ticket stub or something though. She could have some unusual fetish and be too embarrassed to tell you. Hopefully she won't think she can become pregnant from sperm frozen in a home freezer. What the F? Who cares if it's even possible? That's seriously crossing a line. I guess the moral is don't put your D in crazy, even with a condom. Update number 1. Thanks for all the comments and feedback. I've decided not to say anything about it to her until she gets back, but that's not until tomorrow evening, and she's definitely going to text or call me tomorrow. I texted her saying I'm tired and going to bed. She's out at a bar, so too busy to want to talk fortunately, but she's gonna call me tomorrow. I'm going to try and act normal and ask her when she gets back. In response to some of the comments, as I said, I have no clue why she would save it. Everything in our relationship has been normal and great, which is why I want to get input from others. I don't want to ask my friends about it, as I don't want them knowing about it right now before I've talked to her. I really have no idea what to make of this, and it just seems really weird to me. Good to know the sperm is not viable. I don't know if she would realize this, but she's definitely not stupid, and I think she would probably look into this before doing it, so there may be other reasons. I'm not 100% sure it's mine, but like I said, we spend most of our time together, meaning we always sleep together when we're not away, whether it's my place or her place. I can't imagine she'd be cheating, as I don't know when that could take place. It might be old. It's hard to really know. It definitely looks like the condoms I toss, but that's not saying much, I suppose. I don't think I could pick my condom out of a lineup. I can't imagine she wants to use it to frame me for sexual assault. We've been together for a year and know each other's families. It just doesn't make sense. Update number 2, 3 days after the first post. Okay, first, thanks to the suggestions about just asking her honestly and letting her explain herself. Here's more or less what happened as best as I can remember what was said. She called me in the afternoon and told me she'd be back around 7 or so, and I was normal on the phone and told her that I'd come over after I was done at the gym. I put the condom back in the freezer in case she went to look. I didn't want her to know I'd found it until I told her. So, I get to her place and she's in the kitchen putting away groceries, and she says, "Hey," giving me the warmest smile, and so I start getting a little nervous about bringing it up, but I figure I need to do it now and not let it build up inside me anymore. But she starts talking about her visit. So, I walk up to her and put my hand on her shoulder, and she can tell something is up because of whatever expression was on my face. So, I tell her, "We need to talk." Her expression becomes very concerned, and I just tell her I found the used condom in the freezer while looking for a leftover ice pop, and her face turns bright red. She bolts for the bathroom and locks the door, and I'm now standing outside telling her I don't care about it, and the only thing that matters is whether it's mine or some other guy's. I can hear she's crying, and I tell her that it's okay, and she can talk to me, and I love her, and whatever it is we can talk about, but she isn't saying anything, which is stressing me the F out. It takes her about 10 minutes until she agrees to come out. She's still crying a little, and I sit down on the couch with her, but she's still not saying anything, though it seems like she wants to but doesn't know what to say. In the calmest voice, I ask her if it's one of mine, and she doesn't respond, and now my heart is sinking. It's not. She shakes her head and starts crying more, and now I'm feeling dead inside. I plead with her to explain it to me. She begins telling me it's from her ex-boyfriend. She says she saved the used condom because it made her feel better knowing she had it when her boyfriend dumped her. She's never really mentioned much about previous relationships, and I never really prodded as she didn't seem to want to talk about them, and I never really cared to know about guys that have slept with my girlfriend, so we just didn't talk about it. I'm thinking about this for a second, and it's not seeming to make sense. How did she get it after he dumped her? I hate to start doubting her already, but I have to know the full truth. So, I ask, what do you mean? How did you get that from your boyfriend after he dumped you? And why do you still have it? I love you so much, just tell me so we can get through this. I think saying this helped her get it out. She tells me that when we started dating, she was still not over her ex completely, and during the first few months we were seeing each other, he was calling her up for sex, making her think they might still get back together. As she's telling me this, I'm thinking back to when we first started dating, and it's making sense. Sometimes she'd be into me, and then other times she would go a few days without calling me back or answering my texts. She says she was distressed, and for some reason, one night after they have sex, she says she saved the condom and cried herself to sleep. Hearing this, I'm now starting to get emotional, and I put my arm around her and tell her it's okay, and that he's a piece of shit and he's out of her life now. This is when she starts crying even more. And I can feel this isn't everything, so I ask when was the last time she slept with him. It was 6 months ago. It hurts. I was in love with this girl 6 months ago, and I thought she was with me. I know 6 months together isn't that long, but it still feels like that. So I'm crushed. At first I thought maybe it was just the first few weeks of we dating that they see each other, but apparently not. She says it was the only time recently, and before that it was only when we first started seeing each other. The 6-month thing was when I was out of town and he called her up and said he needed to see her, that he was a mess, and that he brought over a box of wine. What a classy piece of shit, right? They got drunk, and he seduced her. After that, she says she felt horrible and realized what an idiot she was and had been, and that was it, and she told him never to speak to her again. She said she'd forgotten the condom was there. I asked her if she still had feelings for him, and she said no, but I worried she still has some strange attachment to this bastard. She says she wanted to tell me but didn't know how, was worried I would leave her, and thought it better not to hurt me. I love her, and I think she's telling the truth about everything. We're all human, make mistakes. We're getting through it, and I think we're going to be just fine. Best comments. I'm sorry, dude, but that's just straight up creepy and a little disturbed. It would be weird enough it was your man Juice, but her exes who she cheated on you with sounds like stalker territory. This crazy woman wanted to try to get herself pregnant to force him to come back. He seduced her. It's never the woman's fault. I'm willing to accept that no one's perfect. She seems genuinely remorseful, and like I said in the original post, we're very close and spend most of our time together. I deeply care about her, and she makes me feel like she cares about me. I'm willing to give her a second chance. It seems to me that she still has some attachment to her ex. The fact that she'd let him see her and she'd agree to drink a box of wine with the guy and then have sex with him, don't buy that, he seduced her bullshit. She let herself get set up for that, indicates to me that there's a problem. She wants him. She's settling for you. If this guy called her tomorrow and insisted that he wanted a serious relationship again, she'd probably drop you in a heartbeat. That's possible, but she's worth giving it another shot. I love this woman, and she makes me feel loved. This girl is playing you like a fiddle. She'll be back effing her ex next time he wants her. It is so disappointing to see you bend backwards for a girl who's been cheating on you. You may think you love this girl, or whatever fairy tale you want to believe, but do yourself a favor and get out now.